Hello to my Cancers. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. Let's get right into it. Let's see what's going on in your cards, Cancers. Hopefully you all are having a great day. Hopefully you're having a great week. Reading is Friday for Friday the 13th through Friday the 20th of June. So whatever superstitions you believe about Friday the 13th, raise your frequency. Raise your frequency. Today will be better than I expect. See? Keep your vibrations high. Keep your vibrations high. Today will be better than I expect. Let's do it. All right. So talking to you wherever Cancer is in your birth chart. Cancer rules fourth house. Fourth house is about family, home life, sense of security, ancestry, self-care, traditions, inner emotions, the maternal figures, and also pets, right? So if you have dogs, cats, those kind of things. 722, restoring acts. Clear your energetic space. Your angels need you to cleanse your energy today. They're telling you that it's become too muddied with things that are holding you back. Right now, pick up some of your favorite crystals and move them in a circle around your auric layer, right? Yeah, the energy around you that is also part of you. So visualize anything that needs to go in your auric field. You're closing out cycles with two energies possibly that disrupted your peace in some way, shape, form, or fashion. What's kind of coming to me, a lot of downloads come to me before I pick up the cards for each sign. And I try to do it in kind of with your with birth charts as well. So since you are ruled fourth house, your sun, moon, rising, or Venus doesn't have to be Cancer. I'm specifically talking about your fourth house. Cancer just happens to rule fourth house, and fourth house is around family, home life, sense of security, ancestry, self-care, traditions, inner emotions, the maternal side of yourself, whether you're a man or woman, it doesn't matter, or maternal figures, and then also pets. So maternal figures, you know, in your family, possibly like maybe where you felt nurtured or didn't feel nurtured, in your family. So usually when you feel nurtured, you feel like they're passing down stories, ancestral stories to you, like where you're from, who here's the, this is your aunt, this is your uncle, this is your this side of the family. Like you feel like you're connected. Water is, connects us to first time we experience water is in a womb. You feel safe. You feel like, okay, you feel like you belong. Water, you feel like you belong to something, right? So you're clearing energetic space. So so hopefully with this here, when the moon moves into Cancer, I'm sorry, the moon is moving into Capricorn, it affects certain parts of your body, like your backbone, your joints, your knees, your skin, your hair. So you pay close attention to your physical body, because it's connecting you to your spirit as well, right? So on the 13th, 12th, 13th, um, backbone. So if you're feeling something in your back, you want to pray about it, right? Only thing that opposes source would be the devil, right? So something could be feeling like heavy on your back, right? Like you're being carrying something trying to weigh you down emotionally. You want to gain clarity as to what is trying to pull you down, because when the moon moves into Aquarius, that affects your calves, your ankles, your shin, your Achilles. That's where you're starting to walk away, meaning that you're closing out a cycle, but you're also walking away from something. And then for those 3 days, the 14th, 15th, and 16th, where it affects your calves, your ankles, your shin, your Achilles, then it's going to move into Pisces, right? Which rules 12th house. Aquarius rules 11th house, which is around friendships, community, goals, hopes, wishes, awareness, humanitarianism, technology, the future. So clearly you're closing out a cycle, because you're not going to be your own worst enemy, right? So 7th house is about relationships, whether it's relationships in marriage, partnerships in business, but you don't want to be your own worst enemy, because it also exposes enemies too. So your throat chakra, right? You may have actually spoken to two energies who align with an enemy. You may have spoken to two energies who have been aligning with an enemy, right? So now that something is closed out, Some people might be asking why, why, right? Here's a why are you closing things out? You're protecting your peace. You're protecting your peace. Somebody is protecting their peace. All right. So when the moon is waning gibbets in Capricorn, it's a powerful time for reflection, accountability, restructuring, especially in relation to long-term goals, discipline, emotional maturity. This phase actually invites you to evaluate what's working, release what isn't working, and integrate the lessons gained during the full moon, right? If you feel like you have a lot on your shoulders, that you've been carrying a lot, and you feel like you need to close out some things just to protect your peace and just balance some things out. Remember, 7 is a justice card. That's again, you're not doing an injustice to yourself to say, okay, you want peace both in your personal and your professional life. You're balancing out your own internal scales, right? So anybody is asking why, like, depending on who it is, you may not have a problem. Like for instance, I mentioned to you all, hey, look, I have some books out. We're in Gemini season. The calendar is full for readings. I said I was going to do free readings. Like I made the announcement already. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. So only reason you wouldn't have heard it if you're brand new to my channel. So I'm mentioning it again. But that's going to be temporarily that I'm putting things on pause for readings because it is a lot, right? So source is saying to you, but some people, no matter what, when you close out a cycle, they're committed to hearing what they want to hear. Remember, throat chakra, ear, nose, and throat. They're going to say something smells funny, something doesn't sound right. They're going to assume something because they're operating from a lower space. They're operating from a lower space, right? Um, so clear your energetic space. Clear your energetic space and continue. Like I said, when you're closing out cycles to protect your peace, this is number 2. 2 symbolizes peace. Don't let other energies back in that has disrupted your peace in the past. Be very clear with your throat chakra. Yeses are yes, no means no. People can hear what they want to hear. Let's get right into it. First question, around structure, discipline, and responsibility, because Capricorn is ruled by the World card, um, which is Saturn. Saturn is about traditions. It's about structure. It's about setting boundaries, enforcing those boundaries. If you don't enforce boundaries, you're going to tip over. You're going to either fall forward and hit your head forward or fall backwards because you are just like, thrown out of balance in your personal and your professional life. So you're clearing some kind of energetic space to protect your peace. And that's it. That is it. And that's all. Some energies are going to think the worst. Here we have the Queen of Swords here. Yeah. So somebody is learning how to, like I said, so you are self-sufficient. You're very logical. Um, you know, you're self-ruling, like I said, total honesty, you're very perceptive and very clear-minded. And some energies like to just fan the flame. Some people just like to fan the flames. They like to vibrate on a low frequency. But at Queen of Swords, any negative thoughts that come in, you have an opportunity at a high frequency to release those negative thoughts, whether it's in word, thought, or deed. When people try to bring negativity to you, release it in love and positivity. Keep it high vibrational. So what systems or they're structured, discipline, and responsibilities. So where in Cancer's life do they need to take greater responsibility? Yeah. Again, today will be better than you expect. Yeah. Somebody may have been thinking the worst about something and then realize something was better than they expected it to be. Like, oh, okay. I need to learn how to put my emotions to the side. Right? Right? When listening or communicating, I need to put my emotions to the side. And that part, sometimes it could be because somebody could be dealing with people um, who have low emotional intelligence or low emotional, you know what I'm saying? We have Page of Swords here. Yeah, somebody could be dealing with people who are just, somebody could be dealing with somebody who's has like an open book, who's not, but somebody is now walking away. Somebody says, in hindsight, somebody would have just walked away from something and just like, in hindsight. Yeah. So I feel like somebody could have dealt with somebody who kind of fanned some flame, who fanned the flames, who is just like, who may have made you feel like you were walking on eggshells. But in hindsight, like I said before, 8 of Cups, you're walking away, just kind of sort of like it, in hindsight, just like, okay, here we have the 4 of Swords here and getting some rest, getting some rest. Here we have the Ace of Swords. Yeah. Um, Somebody could have been dealing with an energy who may have influenced you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Something about their energy. They may like to talk a lot, but something about their energy could be draining for you. This could be a loved one. This could be a loved one. Or somebody that you have a heart for. Like they may tell you that they love you and you love them, but something about their energy could just be draining. Yeah, here we have the Knight of Cups. So I feel like you're gonna be saving yourself. Yeah, but they could be in a poisonous environment, really. Um, and remember, water is shaped and guided by the earth that holds and surrounds us. So they could be around some poisonous energies, And again, you're trying to clear your own energetic space. You're trying to create boundaries and enforce boundaries and trying to hear things clear, how people communicate. Like somebody could be misunderstanding things, like thinking somebody's playing mind games. This is 4 and 5. 4 and 1 of Swords, getting ready to cut somebody off and don't even, like I said, because yeah. So somebody may have just needed to get some rest, really, and just gain some clarity from source. Here we have the Star card. Yeah, because Star card speaks to 11th house. 11th house is all about friendships, community, goals, hopes, wishes, awareness, humanitarianism, technology, the future. And it depends on who you're around. If you're around somebody who likes to just fan the flames and their energy is toxic and sources said to you, you need to walk away from them several times. These are loved ones. You need to walk with hindsight. Keep having these hindsight moments where somebody is not enforcing boundaries. Yeah. Yeah. You may be talking to somebody who likes to do things behind people's backs. You could be talking to somebody you be connected to energies who are not only talking about you behind your back, but talking about other people behind their backs, right? And that may be an indicator that you need to go ahead and close out a cycle. That may be an indicator that you need to go ahead and close out a cycle. Here's the 6 of Swords. You need to take heed and just move on. Some people know how to keep it high vibrational. So sort of as a rule of thumb, if somebody brings something negative to me about somebody that I have in common, I'll ask them, have you talked to them first? Because I don't feel comfortable talking about anybody. If you can talk to them, you can talk to them directly, right? That takes you out of a lot of stuff. But some people like to sit there and fan the flames, like they have some authority over something. They like to fan the flames, like to add their 2 cents, as some people call it, right? What they think, what they assume about people's zodiac signs, what they assume about what they heard or their own personal experiences with people and all this other stuff, and give this energy that they're keeping something high vibrational. Somebody is going to learn how to just move on. Somebody's just going to learn how to just move on. Yeah, some things for you. Once you start hearing people go to a lower frequency and talk negatively about people that you may have already spoken with, looking at your cards here, Cancer, and I'm again talking to 4th house, that could affect your future. That could affect your 11th house, and 11th house is about your friendships, your community, your goals, your hopes, your wishes, your awareness, your humanitarianism, your technology, your future. Something is going to help you to learn how to say, okay, I need to put my emotions to the side. Remember, you're a Cancer, so you are an emotional sign. I need to protect my water when I'm talking to certain energies, because as high vibrational as you may be, somebody still may not be enforcing a boundary and not realizing that some energies could be. That's how you're going to save yourself from all of these hindsight moments. I shouldn't have said this. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said this. Could affect my future, this and that. Here's a Ten of Swords here. You know, if they're talking to you about somebody behind their back, so it's that the moment they start going in, I want to talk to you about somebody. First thing, hey, have you talked to them? Have you talked to them directly? It don't matter who it is. I'm just trying to get your advice. Have you talked to them? Have you talked to them? Seven of Wands. That's going to shut it down right there. Seven of Wands. Because that's that fire right there. You bringing heaven to earth. Okay. Listen, let's get something straight right now. I'm enforcing a boundary. I haven't had the same issues that you may feel like you have with somebody. I don't have those same issues with them. Let's go ahead and get this clear. Talk to them directly. That's self-defense. That's you defending yourself. Listen, that establishes a tone right there. I have not. We got somebody we got in common. This is right here. Air is what we have in common. You may have talked to them. I may have talked to them. I don't have nothing negative to say about that energy. That has not been my experience. The end. Or if it has been your experience, I don't want to have that conversation with you. I'd rather have it directly with them. That's grown folk stuff. There it is, Three of Pentacles. I'm not on team talk about people behind their back. And what I got to say, I say it in their face. The end. That's what I'm seeing here. So structure, discipline, and responsibility. And that's what the moon in Capricorn is all about. It's like, okay, we're not talking about a Capricorn. We're talking about the moon in Capricorn, right? Where you could be in a space where people can feel your energy in their back or in their stomach area. Something could feel very stressful, like their back could feel tightened in your presence, or your back could feel tightened in their presence. That's where the moon gives us the secrets, in the physical and in the spiritual realm, right? And so you don't have to wait for the moon to move through zodiac signs for you to say, "Oh, I need to walk away from this conversation." Just keep it high vibrational. Keep it high vibrational. Because somebody's overthinking this, or maybe over talking something that somebody is doing, overthinking something that could cause a complete and painful ending, a failure, a collapse in a connection. So source is saying make some kind of a decision. Lovers card, some kind of a partnership in business and or in love, some kind of decision about something, about your future. Make a decision about your future. Somebody could have been defending something, like some kind of a self-defense or some kind of a solo project you were defending or something, by thinking that you were, on a team, or you were part of a team or something, or team building or something. Here's the Empress card. But people can feel it. You may have been feeling something in your back, like you were carrying something in your back, like almost being stabbed in your back, right? That's sword energy. Somebody's making a connection, like it's being stabbed in your back. So the way you'll learn is source will make it clear to you in the best way that you'll learn. Like for instance, some people could be recording your conversation, and something will come up to let you know that your conversation is being recorded. Then you know, okay, nobody asked you for your permission, right? Or whatever you talked about to somebody, it could end up with somebody that you have in common. Maybe they start acting different or funny, or maybe they just come right out and just say to you, so and so told me that you said such and such, and you may not have said any of that, right? So however best way you learn, source is saying to you, take the knife out of your back early on. If you're dealing with somebody who is talking about somebody behind their back, they'll probably they probably talking about you behind yours too. So, and they'll give you like little, little things of shade, little, shadiness, because they have been hurt. Hurt people hurt people. That's what all of this is. You don't even need to overthink something. Hurt people just hurt people. So you could have the biggest heart in the world, but hurt people just hurt people. Here we have the Three of Swords here. Something, heartbreak, loss, divorce, surgery, depression, suffering, grief, whatever the case may be. The source is saying, yeah, somebody may be telling you that they've gone through all of those things. They may have said these things to you directly, that they've gone through these things. So I see you, that's what you may have in common with somebody, but I see you moving on from that. It's almost like someone is trying to connect with you through their words, but you're trying to keep it high vibrational, right? And keeping it high vibrational, it looks like your cards would be like more offering them advice. Like, yeah, you've been there before, but this is how you may have handled something, what helps a person feel better, about things as you move on. Those are the high vibrational energies that you want to be around. Not somebody who's going to help you to unlock those lower emotions about something. That's what I'm looking at here in your card. So here we have long-term goals and legacy. What progress has Cancer made towards their long-term goals, and what needs revision? Let's pull some other cards here. So, source, what progress has Cancer made towards their long-term goals, and what needs revision? My Cancers. Yeah, his Eight of Cups here. It's just to walk away. There's two energies that somebody is learning how to walk away from. These could be loved ones. Two energies to just walk away from. Yeah, here's the Ace of Cups here. And who's the Ace of Cups here? This is how your wishes are going to be fulfilled. Don't wait for something to get and just go take a walk outside. Just clear your head. Clear your head. That's how somebody's going to save themselves. Is recognize that somebody could be in a very poisonous environment. Or two people could be in a very poisonous environment and just save yourself. Poisonous environment could be anything. Like, there could be, and looking for you to save them from something, right? Like, and save them from something is almost like joining in a negative conversation about somebody else. That's what that could be. So an example of that, Cancer, would be looking at your cards here. Let's say you and somebody, it's three people, because I'm looking at the Empress card. It's three people, right? You and two other people. And that two energies have dated the same energy, or may have kids by the same energy, whatever the case may be. And somebody's trying to talk negatively about someone else. Somehow this was the Ace of Swords. You're just cutting the conversation. You're cutting the conversation. Like, I don't want to be a part of something. Because this is the Six of Swords. I don't want to talk about whoever behind your back. I want to let's cut the conversation. I don't want to talk about somebody behind your back. Yeah. I don't want to play any role in somebody, like I said, having some kind of complete and painful ending, some kind of failure, some collapse or damage. I'm not trying to talk about somebody's, heartbreaks, or I don't want to contribute to somebody's heartbreak or loss or divorce or surgery or their depression or suffering or grief. I don't want it. Somebody is basically, I want to talk about, if it's high vibrational, that's different. But something is like somebody could be overthinking something. Yeah, because it's already caused somebody to feel worthless and feel left out of something. So, I mean, it's like you could be connected to somebody who just can't stop themselves. It's like literally like somebody just can't stop themselves. So you're going to have to be the one that's going to end it. This is Three of Pentacles. So, because it just makes somebody feels left out. You know, it makes somebody feel just worthless. And it's a younger person who feels this way. I mean, it just, it's like somebody who just cannot stop them. So this is where the Lovers card comes. They can't stop talking about something. Like they're just on repeat. And something is just growing stronger and stronger and stronger as the moon. It's like the moon is just pulling it out of somebody. Like usually with the Empress card is a moon here. And Venus rules Libra and also Taurus. And it's the dark side of Venus. It can be vain. It can be green with envy, vain and vengeful. It's almost like a vengeance is growing stronger and stronger and stronger, almost about to pop to some degree. With somebody just keeps talking about something, trying to cut down someone's future, trying to cut down someone's 11th house. And this is what you could have in common. And this is what Source wants you to recognize very early on at the Queen of Swords, is when you're dealing with somebody who is self-sufficient like you, someone who is logical like you, total honesty like you, somebody who's clear-headed like you. When you have that in common, whether you're talking to a loved one or not, keep it high vibrational is what Source is trying to tell you, because someone is that you're connected to is trying to ruin someone's future, their friendships, their community, their goals, hopes, wishes, awareness, humanitarianism, technology, and future, all because of this growing, something that's growing inside of them. So they feel like they're carrying something on their back, like they're carrying the weight of the world on their back about something that was created, that two energies created. That's the Ace of Cups. So Ace of Cups is about some kind of a proposal or new feelings or marriage or spirituality or intuition. So two energies could have created something that at this point you're feeling like you should have walked away from something. You just saved yourself and just walked away from two situations or two energies or something, whoever you are, Cancer. But two energies are created something, some kind of proposal or some new feelings about something, or, you know, something. Is the Empress card twice about these two energies that's creating something with some two energies that's just growing stronger and stronger, whoever these two energies are. And again, the Empress card does not mean that somebody is actually pregnant. Somebody could be pregnant, I don't know. But some kind of weight on someone's back, and also in their midsection that could be also causing some kind of curve in somebody's back as well. But remember, Friday the 13th, and again, keeping it high vibrational. Like I said, you're trying to keep something high vibrational as well. Yeah, but again, this really speaks to you creating boundaries. That's what Saturn is all about, is creating some kind of boundary and enforcing those boundaries of just keeping something high vibrational. So when the moon moves to Aquarius on the 14th, 15th, and 16th, it affects your calf, ankle, shins, Achilles. Again, that gives somebody an opportunity to walk away from something, two energies to walk away from something. That in hindsight, somebody said they should have walked away from something a while ago. And then on the 17th and 18th, the moon will be in Pisces, and that's where it affects your feet, your toes, and your pineal gland. So somebody could be walking away from something, around those dates, the 17th and 18th. That's the last quarter moon. But something could be overwhelming for someone. Like I said, like you just feel like something is about to just drop. Like a person about to give, like really like feel like they're going through a rebirth. Like a person who feel like they're in labor, right? Or labored over something. Remember, we had a full strawberry moon. Strawberry moon is like the fruits of your labor, right? Here's the Six of Cups here, and something is nostalgic. Somebody could be in a very poisonous environment right now, and something is nostalgic, like It's almost like something in, because it connects us with Scorpio. We're not talking about any Scorpio that you know, but Scorpio rules eighth house. It's around like death, transformation, shared finances, inheritance, loans, the occult, which is some kind of secret knowledge of something, mystery, intimacy. Um, and two energies created something um, that they feel like maybe possibly was a gift. And so something is growing. Something is growing. So source is saying somebody needs to make a decision about something. A decision needs to be made about something. Right? Yeah. So it's the death card to put an end to something. So there can be a rebirth happening here. Put some kind of end to something so that a rebirth can occur here. So yeah. Here's this number 7, 7 of Cups here. Something is already done. Something is over. The devil is in the details. The devil is in the details. So yeah. So looking at your cards here, one energy may have saved themselves by walking away from something. Another energy has learned how to save themselves by walking away from something. That two energies created um, that has grown. That's at number 6 there. But something is closing out already. Source is closing something out. Source is closing something out. Because it looks like there's just been too much overthinking and too much talking about something instead of just the source is making forcing a rebirth. Like source is forcing some kind of a rebirth and ending something, putting an end to something. Here's the 7 of Pentacles here. So something about you being on a part of a team or something. Um, People were talking about you did something. I don't know, somebody talked about you did something. But I see you being more conservative with your time. Somebody said you're running away from something. Cancer, like you're not you're not being accountable for something. There's a 2 of Swords here. You have a lot of ancestors around you, whoever you are. You have a lot of ancestors around you. Um, Somebody said this, not you, but that somebody else was running away from something. Something about this reading just feels really odd. Something about this reading feels very off. Hmm. So whoever you're with, it may not be you. It could be, because I got a feeling that you walked away from something already. Like I feel like you being a high vibrational energy, whoever you are, man or woman, very logical thinking, but you could have been dealing with somebody who was fanning the flames, and a loved one who was fanning some flames, like instigating something with 2 energies, whoever you are. Um, so in terms of long-term goals and legacy, in terms of resilience and emotional mastery, how can Cancer practice greater emotional maturity or patience? Yeah, because like I said, today will be better than you expect, but to some degree, either you don't know everything that's going on, or somebody, whoever you connected with, don't know everything that's going on. Somebody is in the dark about something. We're talking about the death card. Somebody's in the dark about something. Like somebody's in a womb. Like somebody is like in the womb, in the dark, like at like an infancy stage of something. Not even like a baby stage of something. Like somebody doesn't know what's going on, but they have a gift of pure consciousness. It's because they're on top of things. So it's like somebody has already gone through a rebirth already of not, without even being outside of a womb. That's why I said source is already. It's almost like somebody saying the baby is going to come regardless, whether people prepare for the child to come or not. You know what I'm saying? It's like something is going to happen whether people are prepared or not. People sit to have 10, 15 different conversations. It's going to happen regardless. That's what this is. So somebody is saying that you are a snake, that you got away with something. But that's not how I'm seeing it in the cards. What I'm seeing in the cards for you, Cancer, is you had an awakening about something. Something you had an awakening about. This is why, even in like the baby stages of something in your pure consciousness, your gifts, you feel it in your body. That's why I teach the way I teach when I'm reading cards. I know other people are watching, like other people are learning how to read cards. I'm reading it in the physical and the spiritual realm, right? Some people will just straight lay out the cards. Okay, this what this means, this what this means. But in the spiritual realm, somebody has the gift. You've been carrying this generational gift on your shoulders for many, many generations. And the reason why you have all this ancestral knowledge, whoever you and someone is because of the gift that was passed down. Yeah, like somebody are twins. Somebody are twins. It's like sun and moon twins. Somebody has access to secrets. Someone has access to um, sun. Someone has access to moon secrets. Somebody has, but the light turns on for both energies in hermit mode because the sun illuminates the moon. So Source is saying, when energies create something and call people a snake and you start having an awakening, like some energy said that you're a snake and having some kind of an awakening, everything is uncovered. Here's the world card. So something has gone all over the world. Like something has gone all over. People are talking about something literally all over the world. Yeah, here's a devil card. hmm Like demonize something that has gone all over the world during uh, Saturn return, during a Saturn return, while you were in hermit mode, wherever you are in hermit mode, waking up from nightmares. That's why I said, somebody said the baby was coming regardless. So whether people are prepared for the baby to come or not, the baby coming. And somebody's not going back. Somebody said they're not going back to a bunch of chaos and confusion. So some people were overthinking something, over talking, overthinking, creating a whole bunch of chaos and confusion about nothing. The baby was coming regardless. That's what this is. And when I say baby, it could have been a project that you were working on. Somebody was getting married regardless. When I say the baby was whatever was created was coming regardless. Right? Was coming regardless. In the spiritual realm, something was already coming regardless. And so people recording and that's what I'm saying. Source will show you in the way that you best understand when people try to bring negativity to you, exactly who to trust and who not to trust. Some people, it's in your back who will stab you in the back. That's what I'm saying here, based on how you feel, how the best way that you receive downloads, best way you receive downloads in your rebirth. So you can go ahead and get some rest. Wherever you are, you can go ahead and get some rest. But Source already told you there's some energies you need to walk away from. They're showing you that they are hidden enemies. And these are loved ones. So we are crystal clear that you have created stuff with, whether you created businesses with these energies, whether you've created kids with these energies, whether you've created an intimate bed with these energies. Whoever these energies are, Source wants you to go into prayer mode and say something has been building and building and building, and a rebirth is happening. And it's coming whether somebody is ready for it to come or not. So some kind of a partnership, some kind of deep love, some kind of union, some kind of duality is coming. Instant manifestations. The soul and mind working together create a dream in the heart. You have nothing to lose. You carry the dream. Your intention is pure. Be ready to receive. No debate. You don't need to do anything to be more worthy. You are valuable regardless of your circumstances. You always have been, always will be. It's not up for debate. Everything is here. Embrace the spiritual belief that everything already exists in the here and now. Live in the present moment and be grateful for what you have. A new chapter. When things seem to be falling apart, be aware that things may be coming together in new ways that suit the next phase of your life even better. Raise the bar. When you set higher standards for the people and situations in your life, you create space for new levels of joy and abundance. Rise above old patterns. Think this: you are complete. You are not broken. Nothing is wrong with you, Cancer. Don't spend your life fixing problems. Dwell in the beauty of your being. You are enough now and always. Hope is on the horizon, and something is coming. So, see how this person has this backpack on his back. Somebody could have been feeling like they have been carrying a load on their back, walking up a hill, like the side of a mountain. Like this person's like up on this elevated space. But hope is on the horizon. In the face of challenges, remember that nothing lasts forever. Trust that the universe has good things in store for you. So something is coming. Something is coming. And something is closed out. And I don't think you're going backwards, to some energies who just like to fan the flames and keep stuff going on. Some energies could be twins or could be having twins, but something could be coming right to your door because there's been a lot of conversation around something, and you've been trying. I feel like somebody's been trying to be conservative when it comes to your money in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But something is coming, whether people realize we're ready for it or not, because you've been carrying something heavy on your back for a long time, and somebody may not even realize that something has been traveling around the world. But some energies, this Five of Pentacles here, somebody thought something was all fun and games around romance, creativity, children, um, self-expression, fun, what makes them feel good by holding on to something, maybe holding on to some secret knowledge that they had about something. And Source is saying to you, you could have been in hermit mode, like not knowing something, just trying to do things in a traditional way and people thought something was all fun and games, talking about stuff, building teams up and sending stuff all over all of this water here, sending stuff all over the world, thinking everything was funny. But here we have don't give up. Yeah. Something is outside of your door. Something, in other words, whatever these energies been working on for 8 hours, trying to master something, something is on the outside of your door. Like I said before, you're keeping things high vibrational. Some energies thought something was all fun and games, but you're not going back. Yeah, something, as far as you're concerned, whoever I'm talking to here, something could have either devastated somebody, almost could have taken away half of your financial security. It's more than half of your financial security, um, in the physical realm, because of some act that someone did, two energies did to you and someone. And so that's why you're being more conservative with your money. But yeah, I don't think that your door is open. Here we have don't give up. Yeah. Because this right here, you've been carrying some energies on your back for a while. And that's why you're feeling the heaviness. And so now something wants to come to your door, almost like knock, 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 surprise, so on and so forth. I don't think that your door is open. So yeah, when I say today will be better than expected, you may be hearing some conversations about some energies who may be very high vibrational about you, whoever you are, man or woman. Some people may be speaking very highly of you, and that's what's going to help you to close out. This is what we talk about in the spiritual realm. They may not know somebody in the physical realm because the throat chakra deals with the spiritual realm. So they may speak highly of you and someone else that gives you peace. Some people may speak highly of you and someone else that give you peace, which makes, you being able to close out something in a very positive way. But there's some energies who thought fifth house, third house, and fifth house, that something was all fun and games to be linked together in something that maybe possibly transformed, everything, could have transformed everything, could have forced a rebirth to happen. Um, but somebody's door is closed. Somebody's door is closed because of what it cost them. So heart path. It's not worth pursuing a path without passion. This road will only lead you to uncertainty and frustration. Follow your heart and you can't go wrong. So I don't know what it cost you or cost somebody else, but some people's door is going to be closed because of what it cost them. And rightfully so. I mean, for real, rightfully so. And people thought something was all fun and games until it wasn't. It cost some people some nightmares. It cost people some sleep. Causing people to be saying somebody was in hot pursuit of somebody, that to say that somebody was going to be arrested or be behind bar. It was all this conversation and talk and stuff was being created and just drama. That's what it looks like here in the cards. All for some energy to keep a secret about two things. I mean, really, two things that were created. So behind someone's back. I mean, really. So that's the Six of Cups, which connects us to Scorpio. Yeah, Scorpio connects us with the Death card. So, yeah, something in someone, like I said, something in you or someone else literally just died. I mean, it's just like, you know, somebody has zero interest. I don't know who this is. And I'm trying to keep the vibration as high as possible. But just like you start out with the Queen of Swords here, somebody is so logical in their thinking. You put your emotions behind lock and key in your logical way of thinking. So that's where the why is coming out. People are saying, why? Why are you closing out, closing two energies out of your life to protect your peace? Because it's something they could have done to a spouse. They could have, if you're married, they could have done something to your spouse. These two energies could have done something to your spouse. They could have done something to, this could be two people's kids. They could have done something to your partner. Whatever it was for you, door is closed. You're thinking about your future. You and somebody are thinking about your future. Y'all thinking about your friendships, community goals, hopes, your wishes, awareness, humanitarianism, technology. You're thinking about your future. Somebody is like, your future is bright. You want to align yourself with people who are also thinking about on that same frequency, high vibrational. Not talking about people like a dog behind their back, doing stuff for kicks and giggles and fun, while all this other mess. So somebody's just on a totally different frequency. So kudos and congratulations to you. But yeah, something is going to come whether people realize it or not. So, but I feel like some people are going to be in for a rude awakening too. I don't know who it is, but yeah. Yeah. So, yikes. That card then came out. Yeah, a lot of rumors were being passed around about somebody, into some kind of flex trade or corn. Y'all know what I'm saying here because I can't say it on the YouTube side. I can say it on the Patreon side, but y'all can see this card here. But I mean, somebody was just passing around all kinds of rumors about people, just all because somebody wanted to be a part of something. Somebody talked about wanting to be a part of something. They didn't know their worth and their own value. And all heck broke loose. And it caused other people to have to be like more conservative, So I see you just kind of sitting on your mat, maybe chanting in a lotus position, just, like I said, via telepathy. Something has just brought you to a whole new level of just focus, has brought you to a whole new level of peace. Something has brought you to another level of peace. Yeah. Yeah. Something has brought you to another level of peace. That may not even be a central focus for you either. I mean, whoever I'm talking to, for you, it could just be more of just like your primary focus could just be like on your spiritual path or your spiritual journey. Somebody may actually end up teaching like meditative practices, or maybe yoga or something, is some kind of teaching people how to really focus on their breathing, deep breathing, breath work in some way, shape, form, or fashion. You even see the color purple here in the mat here, where somebody is like really, really just focused, just really, really staying focused on just this deep breathing. So sync with the moon, sync with the moon, because something is just growing. Yes, something is just growing. 5 and 1 is 6. But someone is in a very maternal energy. So if you're starting feeling the pull in your back, upper back, or like in your midsection, once that moon is in Capricorn, it's going to eventually move down to your calves. When that moon moves into Aquarius, and then it's going to move down to your feet. When it moves into Pisces, into your pineal gland when it's in Pisces. And then when it moves into Aries, it's going to affect your head, your teeth, your tongue, and your arteries. So again, that just kind of closes it out for you. Hopefully this has been helpful. This reading has been helpful for you, but yeah, some energies did something to you and someone else for kicks and giggles. It looks like it, but it wasn't so fun or funny. They said something about you and someone else that wasn't funny. Saying that you and somebody were into some kind of y'all know that kind of industry, kind of corn industry, or being in part of some kind of flex, whatever. um and yeah, yeah, like it was all fun and games, but it absolutely affected yours and someone else's 11th house. But the saving grace here is, again, how it pushed everything back, and how the reason why you can get rest is because of the groundwork that you already laid ahead of time. This is why it's not going to affect you and somebody. People are going to believe what they want to believe. That's what the moon is. I believe people are going to believe what they want to believe about you regardless. And so if somebody thinks negative about you, they already had, that's what frequency they're on. But person who's thinking logically may say, they may not know you personally, but they didn't have a bad experience with you, so that may not even make them feel comfortable even talking negatively about you at all. So again, you're talking about using your logical mind, right? So that's what I'm seeing here for you all, Cancers. But yeah, something is coming regardless, because something has just been building with two energies, and they just like this, like they can't stop talking about something. They just can't help themselves. They just they want so bad to put something, to go through force someone to go through some kind of a rebirth, and something has already been pushed back, meaning that they have mastered something. They've been talking about it and mastering something, but it's making someone feel sick to their stomach, and they've been just they've been trying to be conservative with their money. They feel like somebody's not coming back. So they got access to talking to people. They got access to water, which is the internet. Um, and so somebody's feel like they just can't help it. They just want to put something out. So, here we have, and they will go right on back to clapping and cheering like nothing ever happened. So that's it. That's what I have for you. So today will be better than you can expect. So anytime somebody's aligned with energies just like that, they can't keep something high vibrational. They haven't talked directly to people. They're talking about people, and they just can't wait to do something. So it's just saying, yeah, something is all, well, I'll just leave it alone. I'll just leave it right there. That is what I have for you. That is what I have for you. Ooh, ooh. Yep, that is what I have for you. think this is it. Yep. Yep. So source is saying that somebody, this strength card, somebody's lion is, is on a leash or something. Like you're praying for someone's strength. You're praying for someone's strength. Whoever it is, you're praying for someone's strength. So to use godly wisdom, and I see you being successful. So that's what I'm seeing here. So, and I said, source is already taking care of some things. So that is what I have for you, Cancers. Thank you so much for joining me. But again, somebody's overthinking something. Somebody is grossly overthinking. I'm talking about you, Cancer. You're overthinking something. You're overthinking something. Like I said, if somebody has a spouse that has adult kids, or a partner that has family members, or whoever, somebody's overthinking something. Because somewhere in all of this, it's like you hold the sword, meaning like you hold the power to something. And if people don't feel like, with you, Cancer, that if they do something, you won't cut them off, then people still